Welcome back to Retirement Today. I'm your co-host, Jonathan Birkland, and with me in the studio is Michael Reese. He's a certified financial planning professional and has been for over 25 years now, and we like to talk about all things retirement here on the show today, but Mike's got a few things for you here in the last segment of today that you can take action on right now. Here, we're coming up on the end of the year, but there's still time to kind of maybe right your ship in these rocky waters, right?
That's right. So here we go. Top 3 things you need to do at the end of the year to get your financial house in order. Should I do this like backwards, like 3 to 1?
I think so. Yeah, number 3.
Number 3. This is great. Yeah, let's do it backwards. Okay, number 3 thing you should do end of year. It's a year where the markets are down. You need to be tax loss harvesting.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds fancy. What does it really mean? Tax loss harvesting simply means when you look at your portfolio. Now, this is not for an IRA or a Roth IRA. This is after tax money. You look at your portfolio like, holy cow. And by the way, here we are at the end of the year talking about this. You should be doing this like every month throughout the year, right? But very few of you have that level of advisor. So here you go. Or maybe you do it yourself. You don't even know about this. For after tax accounts, what I want you to do is look at your portfolio and identify what positions do you hold that are at a loss. And then you're going to sell those positions and take the loss. And then you're going to turn right around with that money and reinvest in something that is very similar. Example, Tesla stock, and it's down for the year. And you simply say, oh boy, I have a big loss here. So what do? You sell Tesla stock. Right? And the rule is if you want to, and by selling the stock, you capture that loss.
Right. Yep. It's realized.
Now, it's a realized loss, which you can use to offset gains in the future. Mm-hmm. Right? Or maybe in your portfolio, you also own ExxonMobil stock that's at a gain, maybe.
There you go.
And you're like, hey, I want to trim that level down a little bit so I can sell that at a gain, sell some Tesla stock at a loss, and hey, it offsets and I don't have any tax. Right? Yep. But here's what you do. There's this thing called a wash sale rule. If you want to get back into Tesla stock, you got to wait something like 30 days or something like that.
Yeah.
But you know what you could do? Tesla is a electric car company.
Indeed.
What if you sold Tesla stock and you can't really get back in 30 days or you lose your capital loss, but what if you just turn around and go into, I don't know, something similar? What about Lucid?
Oh.
Lucid is an electric car company. Why not invest in them? And then 30 days go by and maybe, okay, now I can get back in Tesla. I'll sell the Lucid and I'll go back into Tesla, right? Mm-hmm. That's tax loss harvesting. And what it does is you're capturing your losses and you just use those losses to offset gains in the future. It creates a lot of flexibility. Here is a bonus for you. This is for all of you people that went out and bought variable annuities. And now this year, it's at a loss. Now, these are variable. We don't really do a lot of variable annuities in our office, but let's say you did a variable annuity in an after-tax account. Not an IRA or a Roth IRA, an after-tax account. I had this the other day. Someone put in $300,000 in one of these like Vanguard variable annuities. Mm-hmm. And they came in and they had, their $300,000 had grown, using quotation marks.
Over the radio, yes.
It grew to $250. So they start with $300, they're down to $250.
Yes.
I said, hey, here's a little known tax rule you might not know. And they were not happy with that, right?
Sure. Fair enough, right.
Cash it out. Well, I can't cash it out. I'm at a loss. No. You want to cash it out because variable annuities have unique rules. You cash that thing out at a loss, you've created a $50,000 income loss, not a capital gains loss, an income loss. I said, you know what you can do? You can take that income loss, you can go out, convert $50,000 of your IRA to Roth IRA, and guess what? They wash each other out. You pay no tax on that conversion.
Pretty sweet.
Take the loss. If you're in a variable annuity and you've got a loss and it's a non-qualified variable annuity, get that money out of there, take the loss. It's an ordinary income loss. It's awesome, right? And then redeploy those funds in a more intelligent way. Okay, so that's number 3, tax movements end of year. That brings up what? Number
2.
Yeah, by the way, Benny between us right here, he's really not happy with the tax conversation.
This is not his favorite. Yeah, exactly.
All right, what's number 2? Number 2 is, by taking these tax losses, this gives you an opportunity to do number 2. Now, number 2 is something that every big-time money manager does at the end of every year. They all do it. Why don't you do it? And what is it that they do? They reset their portfolios.
Yeah.
You know what they do? They say, okay, the years happen. Our portfolios are a little out of whack because of things that have happened throughout the year. And you know what? Going into next year, we think that things are going to be a little different. They take the end of the year. That's their time to reset the portfolios to best be situated going into the new year. Now, that might also happen like a week or two after the new year. It might happen a week or two before the end of the year. But this is the time to reset your portfolios. So if you are selling things anyway for tax loss harvesting reasons or for tax reasons, what a perfect time to reset. What a perfect time. Now is the time to do it. And that brings up number one.
That's right. Number one.
Number one thing you should be doing. So what do we say? Number three, tax plan. Tax planning, whether it's tax loss harvesting or taking advantage of the unique rules of losses in non-qualified annuities. That's number one. Number two, reset the portfolio. So what's number one? Number one thing that you should be doing as you go into the new year, time to find an advisor whose focus is on your stage of life.
Yeah. Reevaluate where you are. Maybe a few years have gone by and you're looking around, hey, I'm somewhere different.
Right? So what if you're 40 years old and you're listening to me? What stage of life are you in? You are in growth and accumulation stage. If you are not getting the help that you feel you deserve, get a new advisor. Start interviewing them. What if you're nearing retirement? You know, all the work you've done to this point has been about growth and accumulation. Now you're nearing retirement. Now it's time to look at transitioning to someone who focuses on retirement planning, right? We see a lot of people like that. What if you're already retired and your advisor still has you in a balanced portfolio for all of your money?
Yeah.
Get a new advisor stat. Or how about this? I talked to this wonderful gal a couple days ago. She has $1 million in her IRA at one of these big brokerage houses.
Yep.
Do you know, Jonathan, that all $1 million is in one mutual fund family?
Wow.
And they haven't made a single change. Like, they just buy and hold. This year, she's down. She started the year at $1.5 million.
Oh.
Now she's down to $1.2 million.
That's rough.
She's lost $300,000, and her advisors have done absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
They've just kind of let it happen. Okay, I think you deserve. She was paying them. By the way, she's like, I don't know what I pay them. Yeah, that's because all the fees are embedded in the mutual funds. We did the research. You know what we learned? She was paying them in mutual fund fees that were hidden $12,000 a year.
Ooh. Yeah.
And I said, if you had to write a check to them for $12,000, do they deserve it?
Right. That's
It's like not a chance in the world.
That's a great question to ask
So in
yourself.
other words, she was paying for management. She was not getting any management. It didn't take her long to figure out, I think I need to do something different with my money. I think I deserve a little better, right? You don't know what you have unless you have an objective third-party analysis a lot of times. That's why we provide these free, no-obligation retire right reports.
That's right.
Right? That's why we do it. Because whether, maybe you're like this gal, you've got all the, and by the way, if you got a bunch of money sitting in mutual funds, you need a second opinion.
Yes.
It's like this gal, the same gal, she's like, yeah, my RMD, he put it in this Nuveen municipal bond fund. That by the way, the fees on that fund were about 1%.
Yep.
Meanwhile, BlackRock offers almost the identical fund, but it's an ETF for 0.18%. Do you want to pay 1% or 0.2%?
Right.
I mean, that's an 80% cost savings, right? If you hold a bunch of mutual funds, you need help stat. So here's the thing. Those are your three things to do this year. And number one, get professional help. Easiest way to do that, let's just get a free Retire Right report. It's personalized for you. As we wrap up the show, Jonathan, let's get the number out there. I want you to call the number. Just give us a call now. Let's take positive action here as we near the end of the year.
Yep.
So you can start next year right.
That's right. Reach out to us. It's 512-886-5850. Again, the number. Call us, 886-5850. It's after hours, so you'll get our answering service. We'll get your name, number, and set up a time to have a quick conversation, see what's going on in your world, and see how we can be helpful to you, start you down that path to retiring right.
That's right. No reason not to call. This is 15 minutes, could make the difference in your financial future. So again, 512-886-5850. Give us a call. Let's see if we can help you get on the path to retiring well. All right, gang, that's our show this week. We'll talk to you again next week. Take care.